Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sebi, and I am the creator of the Water Station, who has authored a new book called Water Your Kidneys with Sochi with me, right? What's going on and why did I do this? So, it looks like millions of people are facing kidney disease, and most of them don't even know about it, right? And what I also found out or noticed was that a lot of those people, if there was a line, the people in the front of the line is African American and Latinos. So as an Afro Latina myself, I feel like I fit that demographic, of course, right? So I'm like, why isn't anybody telling me, what do I need to do to avoid kidney disease? Millions are facing kidney disease. There's that dialysis clinic popping everywhere. Is it that Americans don't want to prevent that? Do they not care? I mean, these are all thoughts that came to my mind, and this is another reason why I wanted to create the book. I mean, there's many reasons why you want to create a book, right? For me, it took me a long time because I was in fear. I was concerned. I thought maybe nobody wanted to hear it. So fast forward, I created it anyway, right? It was hard. That's another story. We could talk about that later. But what I wanted to bring to your attention is that it's serious, and dialysis is no joke. It takes your life. It takes your time. It takes everything, your creativity. It just drains you, and all we have to do is prevent it. But it just seems that there's not enough information out there to give us to help us prevent it. And I've dedicated all this time to create this book and create this new lifestyle called the Kidneytarian, where balance is the new healthy. You see, your kidneys are water filtering system, hence the water station, right? My brain, right? Um, so your kidneys are these little beautiful kidney, bean-shaped organs that are placed behind your back, protected by the back of your ribs, right? And they filter your water, because the human body is 80% water. So imagine of your house being filled with 80% water, right? Think of a fish tank. Who's responsible to clean that water? It's your kidneys. Okay, so whether you like it or not, your body is made up mostly of water. So we need a little maid. We need someone to clean it. But guess what? The maid wants to get paid, right? So that's the same thing with your kidneys. Your kidneys they want to get paid. I think that your kidneys are one of the most very critical organs that if they mess up a little bit, it can transform your whole life. It's the kidneys that are responsible for your blood pressure. It's the kidneys that get affected by diabetes. So this book mainly talks about two of the most common causes of kidney disease: hypertension and diabetes. Right? That's the cream of the crop. That's the majority of us are being exposed to these two type of imbalances. Right? And so I wanted to create the book to help us avoid that. To teach us the art of eating, to enlighten us, to empower us, to re-educate us, right, on what it is that we need. So this is not, your average book. This is actually over 15 years experience, right, and knowledge and wisdom in here that I've attained through working at the health food store, through coming across so many people in the health industry, in the health and wellness industry. I kind of put it all here. I shared my story and my journey and what I figured, what we need to create balance. Again, this is a prevention method, way of seeing this. I'm speaking to the friends and families of those affected by kidney disease. Everybody's welcome, but I guess those are the people that I had in mind, because after volunteering for the National Kidney Foundation within the 2-year period, and after interning at the VA hospital, I just felt that there wasn't enough information, so this has everything in it. And I wanted to take out some time to kind of grab one of the jewels that are in there and share it with you in efforts to, help me sell the books, because the books are not selling. I guess the next part of becoming an author and publishing is actually, getting to your audience, which I'm not doing a good job doing it, reaching the audience. I'm not too much of a TV type social media girl. So this is taking a lot. I'm out of my comfort zone, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna trust the Lord. I pray that He brings all of us together. I get emotional, so I'm gonna, drink some water. That's what I learned. If you're an emotional being, water records emotions. So give me a second. So here we go. Okay. So how did I come up with this? What did I come up with? Right. So I created the word echidnatarian. Right. And this is also my website. So you can go to www.kidnitarian.com, okay? And what's a kidnitarian? A kidnitarian is a person that needs to live well with the understanding of what the needs of your kidneys are. Your kidneys are, in the midsection of your body for a reason, to create balance. And as a kidnitarian, balance is the new healthy. This is my own little world. This is my own little platform that I created for us to get together and understand that, like, it's time for us to recreate. This is the renewal year, the year of renewal. Everyone is trying to become a different person, the person that we were naturally, organically designed to be. We're so ready to release what no longer serves us in order to gain what really, truly is purpose and what truly, really is the most important. And in my opinion, the most important thing for me right now is, becoming a humanitarian, loving one another, creating more harmony and ease in this world, and so this is my little attempt to try to do that. So I created the word echidnatarian, and that's kidney, TARIAN.com, okay? And .com is just my website, okay? Excuse me. So, where am I going with this, right? As a kidnitarian, water is the new healthy. So, what is a kidnitarian? We eat to live well, right? So, eating well has a lot to do with, like, nature, being aligned with nature, being aligned as human beings, and understand that when we disrupt those two, and when we disconnect those two, and when we separate those two, it affects the human anatomy. So I use those three pillars in my book to try to correlate and get you to understand how close nature needs us and how much we need nature, right? With that being said, I had to research and ask myself, spiritually, like, damn, who was the first person to feed the human body? And how did they come up with the food pyramid? And, who even designed the food pyramid? I don't know who created the word vegan. I don't know who created the word vegetarian, but I do know who created the word kidnitarian, and so do you now, And basically, in order for me to create this word and this lifestyle, I had to kind of like dig in deep and figure out, how do we even feed the human body, right? At first, I thought I would have to go to, like, Africa, to the motherland, excuse me, and figure out, what they ate and what was their natural staple, and do all the research. But then I thought that would take too long for me. Plus, I never even been to Africa. I don't know anyone from Africa. I'm from the hoods of New York, born and raised, and I live in Chicago. And I love this, and this is where I'm going to be, right? So how could I adapt nature and bring this to my environment and to my way of living and try to balance that out, right? So what I thought to myself was like, who was the first person to feed the human body? Again, I ponder on this for a long time, and then I looked down and I saw boobies, right? Breasts. So I thought to myself, hold up, I got something. So you need a breast. Woohoo! So we got some nipples over here. So the mother was the first person who fed the human body, right? With that being said, I was like, what? Yes, right? So when the baby comes out, boop, right? The first thing they need, and it's critical, that first hour, it's very critical that you give them the milk that's produced from the glands of the breast, right? And it's called colostrum, right? The healthy bacteria that's needed. That's very critical. But guess what? I also had to ask myself, like, what else is in there? You know, so this book is not only about the kidneys, really. It's about us as human beings. It's about the mother. It's about the father. It's about the child. It's about how to feed your baby. What's the foundation? This is all the correlation with kidney disease, and everything is in the book, right? So let's dissect that real quick. So what happens? What in the world is in this drop of milk, right, that's able to raise a whole human being? What I wanted to do was I wanted to create a whole new food pyramid for us as a kidneytarian, right? So I thought to myself, what in the world is in breast milk, right? This one drop, I stretched it out, and I was like, okay, so I have to dig in deep. What in the world is in breast milk? So I found out that 80%, right? 80% of breast milk, guess what's that? You guessed it, water. What? Woo, you hear the cheers? Have no fear, the water station's here, right? Yep, 80% of that breast milk is water. Water, 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 water. Great. But what I also realized is that not all water is the same water. Not all water is the same water. So the water in your house versus the water in the streets versus the water in nature are not all different. So guess what? The water had a couple points in here. The water had what? Minerals. The water also had vitamin C, and it also had B complex, right? And it also had healthy bacteria. Okay? That's bacteria, also known as probiotics, right? So this was a complete water intake here. Okay? So you have four little points for balance, okay? You have the healthy bacteria, you have the probiotics, you have the vitamin C, and you have the minerals that all make up 80% of your water intake in the breast milk. So guess what? That's the same thing the kidneys need. We need minerals, we need vitamin C, we need B complex, and we need the healthy bacteria, right? So I was like, oh my God, I could put that on my food pyramid. That's going to be the number one. So this is H2O, and this will be your number one, okay? So that's the number one thing we need for our kidneys. So I want to continue.